None of these games are out for like another 2 months. I'm so bored. I wish I had something I could do. Wait, you win. Claim your mystery prize before time runs out. Click here. You know, I've always wondered what actually happens when you click on one of these, and I'm so bored right now, I might just find out. Let's see. Name. Address. Social security number, that's a little weird, but okay. Credit card number, that kind of makes sense. And done. Alright. I wonder when my prize is supposed to show up. What was that? Where did this just come from? Maybe this is the... No. There is no way this is the prize. Maybe it just fell off of the... I don't know, Switch games up there. And I never bought this game. Alright, let me just look inside and... Great. Okay, great. Yep, there's a note. Alright, might as well see what it says. In order to receive your prize, you must first review this game. In order to complete the review, you must cover story, locations, gameplay, mechanics, then you will receive your prize. Do not contact us, your prize will show up soon. Good luck. I don't know what I just got myself into, but, I mean, maybe it could be fun. It's kind of ominous, but I haven't reviewed a game in a while. What the hell? Alright. Checks out to me, I guess. Alright, let's start this review. I love Luigi's Mansion. The puzzle solving, the exploration, the atmosphere. These games are probably some of my favorites Nintendo has ever made. From the creepy, dingy mansion of the first game to the towering hotel of the third, I've played them all. Today, though, I want to discuss my favorite out of the three, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Or is it technically considered Luigi's Mansion 2 now? I still think Dark Moon sounds way cooler, but whatever. Let's get into it. Dark Moon takes place sometime after the original game, although the exact timeline isn't very clear. Then again, is the Mario timeline ever? Upon starting the game, we see Luigi sleeping in his home. Doesn't he look so peaceful? Well, not for long, because suddenly an urgent call from Professor Egad comes through and Luigi's transported against his will to the lab. Poor Luigi, he was just trying to get some sleep. Quick side note here, but the house we see at the beginning of this game is actually the rank D mansion from the end of Luigi's Mansion 1, and I just thought that was a really cool detail. Anyway, upon Luigi's arrival, Egad explains that the Dark Moon, a mysterious crystal that keeps the ghosts passive and friendly, has abruptly shattered into 6 different pieces and scattered across the Evershade Valley. Luckily, he already possesses one of these pieces, but it's up to Luigi to collect the rest. This is your main goal this time around, and you'll be exploring, battling, and puzzle solving your way to the remaining 5 pieces. And that's where the game starts. After everything's all said and done, you're thrown into the first mission pretty quickly. This is also where my main gripe with Dark Moon lies. The mission-based structure of the game is very different from its predecessor, and that could be pretty jarring for some people the first time around. While I personally don't mind it too much, I still found it to be a bit tedious at times. You see, like in the original, this game has an optional side mission of collecting a certain number of boos. However, unlike the first game, each boo is assigned to a specific mission. This means that if you miss one, you'll have to replay that mission all over again. And if you're someone who likes 100%ing certain games like I am, well, then this could be a bit of a pain. Luckily, you can skip the cutscenes and dialogue, so you're not stuck rewatching them over and over again, but it definitely takes some getting used to if you're more familiar with the setup of the first game. This new structure comes with a new system as well, star ranks. At the end of each level, you're judged by 4 stats: clear time, ghosts captured, health lost, and money collected, and depending on how you do, you're given anywhere from 1 to 3 stars for that specific level. The game also saves your best score for each rank, which means if you cleared the level fast enough, but you didn't collect enough treasure, you'll only have to focus on collecting more money the next time around to up your rank. You don't have to do everything all at once. Personally, I find the system actually adds a bit of depth and replayability to this game, and with the trade-off of a little bit of exploration, honestly, that's a welcome addition in my book. Alright, that's the story and the basics out of the way. Let's see what's next. Looks like locations. Alright. I want to start this segment out by just mentioning how great the locations in this game are. Instead of just having one area to explore, we have 5 this time around. Of course, there are mansions like usual, but we also get newer, less conventional buildings, such as a clock factory or even an old frozen mine. The variety of buildings presented really gives the world a new sense of depth, and even some lore at times. Personally, my favorite area has to be the final mansion. I don't want to give away too much, but the atmosphere is great for the end of the game. The exploration and puzzle solving is done in such a perfect way too. The game takes everything that you've learned over the course of your adventure and throws it at you all at once. You use all of your tools and all of the resources around the mansion to get to the end, and it works so well. And speaking of tools, I haven't even covered the new gameplay mechanics yet, so it looks like now is the perfect time. In the first game, you progress by using your flashlight to stun and capture ghosts. It was pretty simple, but it worked well at the time. However, Dark Moon adds a whole slew of new mechanics that make the combat, exploration, and puzzle solving so much more fun and engaging. First up is the strobe bulb, an upgrade from the original flashlight. With this new upgrade, you can now, well, flash the light. Not only can this new bulb be used to stun multiple ghosts at the same time, but it's also used in puzzles, activating various contraptions scattered throughout the game. Now that I think of it, why are EGAD's doors in some of these places? I thought they were supposed to be abandoned. Unless... There's also the Dark Light, a black light that lets you uncover secrets, combat boos, track down ghosts, and even bring paintings to life. You'll be using this new tool a lot, especially when it comes to saving the toads. Just don't, Just don't do what I did. I'm sure he's okay. Right? Of course, there's also the Poltergust 5000, a new and improved version of the ghost-busting machine we all came to love from the first game. This time around, it has a new technique called the Power Surge, which deals about 10 damage to ghosts with the push of the A button. Compared to the first game, this makes ghost fighting a lot more intuitive and faster. With the push of a B button, you can also dodge over certain obstacles while sucking up ghosts, and I kind of only discovered this about a week after I started the game. After I already finished it. Oops. As you collect more gold throughout your playthrough, you'll actually upgrade your tools as well, which makes the cache feel a lot more useful this time around. These upgrades apply to 2 of the devices in your loadout, the Dark Light and the Poltergust. The Dark Light upgrades allow you to use it for longer periods of time. Simple, but useful. In the Poltergust's case, however, you'll gain up to 2 additional levels to Power Surge, each with their own levels of strength. Compared to the base Poltergust, level 2 deals about 20 damage this time around and typically drops a gold bar instead of coins, and level 3 can deal up to 50 damage and drops 2 gold bars. These upgrades are extremely useful in tight situations, since it makes capturing multiple ghosts or the ones with high amounts of health a breeze. Overall, these new tools and mechanics are a step up from the originals and really add a whole new level of depth to the series. They also come into play in this game's multiplayer mode, Scarescraper, and oh man, do I have a lot to say about this mode. I love Scarescraper. To summarize, you and a group of 3 other Luigis are dropped into a randomly generated mansion, clearing floors and completing specific goals depending on the game type. There's Hunter, where you're capturing all of the ghosts in the building as fast as you can, Rush, where you have to find the exit as fast as you can, Polterpup, where you and your teammates have to track down up to 4 pups within a specific time limit, and finally Surprise, a mix of all 4, where a mode is randomly selected with each floor you traverse. Scarescraper is as fast-paced, chaotic, and fun as it sounds. I have so many great memories playing this mode back on the original 3DS version of the game, and playing it again now, I can confidently say it's just as fun. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if half of my playtime in this game is from Scarescraper alone. I'm willing to go as far as to say this game mode alone is reason enough to pick up Dark Moon. It's seriously that fun. Except for when all my teammates abandon me.
Yeah, that's right. I still got all the red coins on my own. I don't need you guys.
I also want to talk about the visuals of this remaster for a second, because they are amazing. Now, they're not Luigi's Mansion 3 level of good, don't get me wrong, but for a remaster of a 3DS game from over 10 years ago, they look great. Models are completely redone, lighting is updated, and the floors have reflections now? Look at that next gen. Honestly, if I didn't know any better, I would think this game is a lot more modern than it actually is. It looks like it belongs on the Switch, and that's just a testament to how committed Nintendo and Tantalus both were when porting this game over. In conclusion, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is a really fun game. If you don't mind the changes from the first game or the level-based formatting, this game is absolutely worth a try. With engaging gameplay, an interesting story, and a multiplayer mode that's an absolute blast, Dark Moon still holds up after all these years and is absolutely worth checking out on either console it's available on. If you're a fan of this series at all, then it's definitely worth having this game in your collection. Alright, that's the review. Now, where'd I put that list? Let's see. Story, locations, gameplay, mechanics. That's everything. You know, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have given out all my personal information to some random ad I found online. But, what the heck. I got a free game out of it. Now, I wonder when my prize is supposed to show up. Speaking of tools, I haven't even covered the new gameplay mechanics yet, and it looks like now... Ow!